everyone, welcome back to this channel. In the last video I explained about the 5 steps application process for the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland, NMBI, and in details I explained about the step 1 of the process, and the step 1 is filling in the application form. In this video I'm going to be explaining to you guys what step 2 is all about. Step 2 is the overseas registration application pack that you're going to receive from the NMBI after you filled in the form. The pack looks like what's been shown on the screen on the right side of the video. And I want to let you guys know that once the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Ireland processes your overseas registration application request form and your assessment fee, they're going to issue you with the overseas registration application pack. You need to read and follow all the instructions within this pack carefully to avoid unnecessary delays in processing your application with NMBI. Whatever way NMBI chooses to send you your application pack, it's either by email or by post. You're going to receive a reference number and a security code. I'm showing you guys where the code is going to be found. It's on the right hand corner of the package. If you follow the red arrow showing on your screen, you're going to see the reference number, and on the right corner of the screen you need to ensure that this reference number is used in all your communications and correspondence with NMBI. Your pack is also going to include details of how to set up an account on the NMBI website. So they're going to give you a security code in your pack. So it's going to show you the code is for logging onto the website, and once you set up your website, your account on the NMBI website, you'll be able to track your application and identify which documents have been received and which ones are outstanding. So the pack has a security code which you're going to use along with your application reference number to set up an account on the NMBI website. Section 1 of the application pack contains pages for completion by yourself personally. I always advise people that once you complete the pages, make sure you send them back by a traceable courier service, something like DHL or FedEx or anything where any courier service that has tracking code, so you can actually know when NMBI has received your document. And this section 1 contains so many subsections. The A part of it is your personal details. Your personal details is going to be printed in that section, so you must attach a recent passport sized photograph of yourself to that section, and make sure you include your name and application reference number on the back page of the photograph. Don't attach your photograph without putting your application reference number and your full name on the back of it. Remember, when you're writing your name, write your first name first. That's the way professional names are written in Ireland. Your first name first and your family name or surname comes last. So write your name and your application reference number on the back page of the photograph. And the B part of it is the identity documents that you need to provide to NMBI. Note that you can't send your passport with the forms. You can't send off your passport, so you need to take your passport to a court and get a commissioner for oath to sign and give you a certified photocopy. So the original document, and you make a photocopy of the biodata page and you give it to them in the office of the commissioner for oath. So they're going to stamp it. You'll be asked to pay, so they'll stamp it and give you a certified photocopy of a valid current passport. So that's what you're going to send as your proof of identity to to NMBI, make sure your photocopy is legible and it's clear enough to read. And the photocopy needs to have your photograph, signature, personal details, passport number, and expiry date. So basically, that's going to be your biodata page. And at the same time, if you don't have an international passport yet, you can send a certified photocopy of your national identity card to NMBI as proof as well. Note that if you are married, you need to send a certified photocopy of your marriage certificate and a sworn affidavit to validate any change in the spelling of your name for NMBI purposes. The C part of it is your contact details. So NMBI is only going to communicate with one point of contact with overseas application. In that section, you have to verify if you want to choose someone else or maybe an agency to act on your behalf to get your document from NMBI. So make sure, because if you decide that an agency is going to be your point of contact, you can't contact NMBI about your application. So make sure it's personal to yourself. Put in your personal contact detail. Subsection E talks about your registration details. So you need to provide details of all competent authorities where you hold or have held registration in time past. And F is talking about compulsory questions. You need to answer a number of questions about your practice as a nurse or midwife in any country where you have practiced. And G is talking about details of your professional practice. So since you qualified as a nurse, all the qualifications you held, even though you're actually applying as a general nurse for NMBI purposes, you still need to fill in all your qualification details. On H deals with explanations regarding your professional practice. So if you have any gaps or overlaps in your experience since you qualified, for example, maybe you worked for a few months, you resigned from that job and you stayed at home for like 3 months, you need to explain and provide details to NMBI, reasons for any gaps or overlaps in your experience. They're going to verify. So because every place you worked, they have to fill in some forms later on and they have to send back those forms to NMBI. So you need to be sincere enough to explain any gaps or overlaps in your experiences. And high section is talking about declarations. You need to sign that everything you have stated on the pages are actually true. And at the same time, J is just checklists for the form completion. So just some checklists to ensure you have included the right pages and documents. You've attached the right documents before sending up the form. I'm going to be explaining in details about the NMBI application process, step 3, in the next video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Make sure you click on your subscribe button and don't forget to tap your notification bell, so you can receive updates when I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching. Section 2 is actually talking about forms for completion by relevant authorities. I'm going to be explaining more in details about this section in the next video, because I'm going to be talking about step 3 of the NMBI application process. So section 2 includes a series of forms which you need to send to relevant authorities so they can complete and return them to NMBI. It's important for you to note that NMBI cannot accept completed forms from section 2 from you personally, from you yourself as an applicant. Instead, the relevant authorities must return those completed forms directly to NMBI. So once you are giving them your forms to fill for you, you have to pay them fees for courier services. Depending on how long you want your application to get to NMBI, you can pay for fast tracking packages, you can, whatever, it depends on your area. So you need to pay those authorities for them to actually send off your forms after filling them for you.